we'll hit the little happy record button, and then kerpow. All right, I hope everybody's doing well out there. Sorry, I'm starting a couple of minutes late today, but let's go ahead and jump on in. First, I want to say a big what's up, bud? How's it going? So I want to say a big thank you to everybody. So we met that huge follower goal up at the top, which means you guys helped me become a Twitch affiliate, which is phenomenal. So thank you so much. All of you following along has meant a lot, and I couldn't have done it without every single one of you. So thanks for joining along. I really appreciate it. So now I have to figure out like how these things work. They're like all new buttons and craziness, but that is that. Anyways, so the last time we were here, we just hit the new month. We are like 2 months from the end of our contract, still just beating the crap out of some pirates, because that's a cool thing to do. Yeah, we're like 2 months from the end of our contract. And then we also just got done with a mission not too long ago. What in the world was that? Oh, you subscribed. Thank you. Oh my goodness. I haven't even gotten the thingamabobber, but I did. I do have a thingamabobber. It's right there. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Now I have to like get right back on my train of thought. This is hard. Okay. So we got all of our stuff made it back from that last mission, which is pretty cool. Oh, you're a hero, bud. Absolute hero. So all that stuff made it back. I don't think anything is still deployed. Nope, nothing's deployed. So with that being said and done, I think we just have to go on to the next day, because I don't think we can repair anything right now. Nope. And if I remember correctly, yeah, we took out the enemy base. So there's that. Okay, everybody came home. This is wonderful. Why was Tango? Oh, I deployed Tango Lance to help us carry stuff. That's right. So let's go ahead and repair some stuff here. Kerpow. Good deal. All of the things are fixed. So we're just going to be kind of cruising along and chilling for just a minute. I think that probably by next month, these pirates are going to be in a very, very bad place. Oh, we didn't fix everything. That's sad. You know, I could set this so it automatically runs this every day, but I kind of like manually doing it. It makes me feel like I'm actually needed versus, you know, not. Oh, I forgot about that. That poor Wolverine. Tear shed for those lost. For anybody who missed it last time, the Wolverine had a very, very bad day. It was less than ideal. Just all sorts of bad. All sorts of bad. So lots of people evaded being assassinated, which is kind of neat. Anyways, I hope everybody out there is doing well. We are halfway through the week. Thank goodness. I don't know about you guys, but today was not ideal. Lots of things went wrong. But we're making it happen. We are making it happen. Let's go ahead and keep on exploring. Do I have? Yes. So let's go ahead and get Tango Lance back out there and doing his training, because I kind of forgot about it. Tango Lance. Go, Power Ranger. And then let's just keep exploring the map for funsies. Recon. Go. Yes. Do the thing. Okay. Just waiting on things to be delivered more than anything else. So I don't know if all of you guys have been paying a lot of attention to the a lot of the updates coming up for 50.11, but some of the stuff looks really exciting. You know, it boggles my mind that an entirely volunteer crew of people are able to do so much and create something that's so amazing that we can do this on our own and able to enjoy this so thoroughly. More things delivered, more maintenance being done. We probably aren't going to have a whole lot happening this month with, the pirates getting just demolished. Yeah, they have been making so much progress recently. It honestly feels like since version 50 came out, it just exploded. I felt like from like 46 to 47 and going through all the 40s, like, you get something new like every few months. And then what just happened? Hype train. Okay, great. Oh, Gary, subscribe. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. I can't handle it, guys. I can't handle it. You're going to make me have a heart attack. I can't handle this. Stop the madness. Okay. We're going to keep on going. Good deal. Gary, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. You guys have just bought me like 2 beers. You can never say no to a beer. Let's see if we manage to do some training. Good. Okay, so in case you guys didn't know, this right here, so with 50.10, the techs automatically like move their schedule around and stuff like that. Gary, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm trying to keep those tutorials coming. We're working on it. I originally was trying to make like scripts for the tutorials and trying to like make sure I covered everything, all that. It sounded robotic and terrible. And so now I just kind of do it live and hope for the best, and it means I might miss some things, but I do feel like I probably get enough information for most people to figure it out. All right. Well, this still bums me out. Every time I look at this, I remember, there were 2 dropship missions simultaneously, and I missed it. I get really sad. Okay, do we have any of the parts that we need yet? Yes, we do. Okay, wonderful. Let's make the magic happen. And if you guys, if any of you are watching those tutorials, and there's something that you want me to try to cover sooner rather than later, then I will absolutely do my best. Part of it is also me just trying to make sure that I understand what I'm talking about enough that I can try to help people, which can be challenging sometimes. So like right now I'm trying to make a tutorial for like contracts and the contract market and all that. And it's challenging because I am not as familiar with it as I would like to be. And I have a very basic understanding of it. But I'm also just trying to learn as much as I can so that I don't lead people astray either. All right, slowly but surely training new people. All right, well, now we have the entire map. Oh, no, we're missing 1 hex. But trying to not lead people astray too much. Okay, we have a cockpit. We can do the cockpit. There we go. Okay, I can probably back off on how much armor I'm buying finally. I think that 3,200 points is probably adequate. Armor. Yeah, I think we can back off to 100% now. 150 is a bit aggressive now. So there's that. Repair bay. Yeah, that'll be fine. There we go. Everybody's working on most things. The Crusader's about done. Oh man, I'm going to have some new mechs. Things are going to be great, and I don't have good pilots to put into the mechs, which is unfortunate. All right, everything is fixed. So let's take a quick look at some of these things. So we've got the Victor, an Orion, Warhammer, foot platoon that I need to. We'll put soldiers in it eventually. I never realized until whatever mission this was that how valuable it would be to salvage foot platoons, because you buy a brand new foot platoon from the unit market and it's like 500,000, a million, 2 million C bills, whatever, or you can salvage them for 1,000 C bills. I'll take that one. I will take that one. And then you just buy the soldiers, which you have to do anyways. Crusader, Victor, Orion. Might put the Orion into my Alpha Lance. The Warhammer should probably go into my Alpha Lance as well. It's tough to justify taking a Vindicator out, though. Or do I take the Wolverine out? I'll leave things the way they are for right now. Who do I have for pilots? So we're just going to throw some of our Ultra Green pilots into some of these mechs and yeet them into Tango Lance. This seems like a good use of their time. One, two, three, four, five. Great. I might have to undeploy Tango Lance to add them. But I should be able to just add them. Do that, do that. Oh, I know why that wasn't working. I was in the personnel tab, not the hangar tab. Okay, so everybody should be getting trained in one way or another, at least up to being a 4 or 5 pilot. Ugh. Didn't I have? That's what I thought. Okie dokes. There's that. We'll keep on going. It's probably going to be a boring month because the pirates are kind of sad. And they're also kind of like a lot dead, which is fine. Oh, good. Minerva has improved their piloting to 6, which is great. Oh, new month. All right, decisive victory. We rolled a 15. The enemy is in full retreat, suffering devastating losses and scattered. They pose no significant threat and are incapable of organizing a counterattack. So we have completely broken our enemy. Contract's done. So we just have to hit next. And then this kills me every time. Just what do you spend 25,000 C bills on? What are you getting? What are you purchasing? What kind of a lifestyle are you living? We'll go ahead and get a resupply. That's a lot of pay-per-view. So much pay-per-view. How's it going, Eliani? That's a good deal. We'll take that. And that being that, we just go to briefing room and complete mission. And then this is where it hurts. Partial success. Okay. All right, so they're going to give me 500,000 C-bills. I will happily accept that. Everybody earned a bonus this time around. Everybody gets a participation award. Everybody also gets a participation award. Now this is actually exciting. Good job, guys. Well done. Oh, great. Also participation. Good job. Here's your trophy. And that's that. Now, where are we? I can't even remember. We're on Brockway. We're on Brockway. We are pretty much out in the middle of nowhere. I think, why don't we just jump on over to Lindsay and hope for the best. Yeah, because I think we should probably stay in FCA territory. I think we're going to start getting some better missions from them with us having, taken a bunch of missions from them. And then we can hope for the best, see what happens. So calculated jump, 3.8 mil, which will get better once we mothball a couple things. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll begin transit, confirm, accept. Yeah, it goes down to 2.5 mil. That's fine. How many days was it? 24. Okay. What is in the unit market? A couple Thunderbolts, a Shadowhawk, a Guillotine, Griffin, Enforcer. That's the old Enforcer. A Cronus, which, okay, it's not the bad Cronus. And a Battlemaster, which I can't even afford. I'll start making money one day, I promise. Let's go ahead and advance about 25 days here. Boop. Oh, so I finally took the time to read through all of the... Oh, good. You gave birth to a baby. 3.2 kilos. It's average size. All of the playtest sets. Yes, that's fine. Inoculate everyone. We don't need everyone getting syphilis. Okay, all of that stuff. So I finally read through all the playtest stuff. And, after reading through it again, we were talking about this last time, especially with the armor in, what was it, playtest set 1. I think I would actually be very for the armor changes or the armor, the side table changes for playset 1. And they made a really good argument where essentially all you're doing is it only increases the chance of getting hit on the side by like 5%. And yes, there is the risk that you just turn an entire side red and the other side is green. But I think it would be good overall. Plus, also, if you take into account the ammo explosion changes, I think that those two combined would really help out a lot. So let's get to the next month and see what we got for us. Step 1 is we need more MekTechs. More MekTechs. Personnel market. Less than ideal. But we got 3 regular MekTechs. We'll take them. 3 soldiers. I need you. And we'll take the ground crew. I don't need an ultra green mech warrior. And that should be fine. Do I only have the one dock? I only have the one dock. Ugh. They don't have a dock. Okay. Might have to wait around another month. Let's... Oh, and naturally, I just did that to myself. All right. Let's get a little cheesy with it. And... Dex. What if I just did this? Change secondary profession, support, HR. All of you are now a part of HR. Oh, hey, look. Now we have plenty of HR capacity. Isn't that great? Okay, and do we have any contracts? We have some contracts. Let's... The big thing bringing my reputation down is, I think, techs, right? Yeah. Technicians, I need... Oof. I need a bunch more mech techs. I am tempted to wait another month and see if we can't get some more mech techs. Otherwise, I think we're going to be very sad. Unit market. There's a thug, a jackal. It's always fun. And a champion. Okay. I think we just go to the next month and we hope for the best. I think that's going to be the best move. New month. We're probably going to have to take a couple more just easy, chill contracts to build some things up a little bit more before we start trying to take something a little bit tougher, because we're still rolling with a lot of, you know, Succession War era mechs, and trying to take Succession War era mechs against clan mechs is just a bad idea every time. Oh, it's been 1 year since we started this company. Exciting. Very exciting. Now, before I do anything else, what I should really do is, hold on, how did this happen? You guys should have a rank. Rank private. There we go. And you should also be a private. Quick train. Continuous. Okay. All of those went up just a little bit. And personnel, mech warriors, always fun. Training. Good. We can finally train this guy in training. Isn't that great? Unless... Yeah. Man, now I'm thinking, do I really do that or no? Or do I train this guy, this gal, in training? I think I'm just going to do that, this guy. So we'll give him the train. We'll have him be our training officer. And that will be that. New skills. Support. Utility. Utility. Training. Congratulations. You're a training officer now. Then for everybody else, quick train. Okay, so Lieutenant John Minerva Kubichkov got Cluster Master. Sergeant Frederick Uptight Rosnes got Foot Cavalry. So it makes me laugh with some of the SPAs that the different people get. Like when you get your techs or your admin people who get, like, I don't know, weapon mastery energy. It's like, but why? Foot infantry gain 1 extra MP, allowing for foot infantry to move and shoot when using 2 support weapons. Cool. Oh, good. Sergeant Isabel Helbor Bin Jawad got engineer. which is very useful when you're piloting a mech. -2 on refit rolls. If you weren't a veteran pilot, I would probably go ahead and roll you into being a mech tech. Because my goodness, that would be useful. And then, did I already do that with the techs? I can't remember. I think I did. It's tempting to give her the mech tech secondary, but I kind of want to make her a better pilot first. I mean, she's a 3-4 pilot. She's not bad, but I want her to be better. But I could. I don't know. We'll find out. It'll buff. Admin. All right. What kind of madness happens? That's what I'm excited for. This is what I'm here for. All right. Corporal Thor Ang Kastenda got Counterfeiter, which is actually very useful for him. Her. Decrease the target number for all forgery checks by 2, which is very useful to have in an admin person, especially within logistics. This is oddly fitting. Hey, how do we have 14 pallets of this and I only see 2? Don't ask questions. Just don't ask questions that you don't want the answer to. Corporal Therese Vaught got Zweihander, which is you can do more damage with 2-handed physical attacks at the risk of damaging yourself. Useful also within logistics, you know. It's also funny because I think that's the same portrait, right? Maybe not. I might have been lying. Nope, I wasn't lying. Same portrait, same person. They're counterfeiting their own identity. All right, so there's that. Good. So our force reputation is up to 4, which is nifty. Let's take a look at our personnel. No mech techs. 0 mech techs. We can get a holo DJ, but no mech techs. That's a bummer, man. I might. I'm tempted. Techs. I am sorely tempted to change some of these mechanics or start training some of these mechanics to be mech techs instead. How much does that cost? 20? Cost 20 to get it started. I think maybe yes. Maybe yes, we do this. Because then we can at least start training them up and it doesn't look quite as bad. So anybody who's not secondary admin HR will now be secondary. Wait, no, we can't do that, can we? We can't give you a secondary mech tech. Don't be a dum-dum. I was about to be a dum-dum. But we can make pilots into secondary mech techs. You're right. I just don't like it. You're right. I just want to be a baby about it and not do it. Who was it that had engineer? Well, it's one of my veterans. I know that much. Engineer. I can't give you any skill anyways. Okay, cool. I'm just going to sit here and complain for a second. That's fine. Let's look at contracts. And we have like nothing. We do have an extraction, which would be a little bit more challenging. It's a 3-month contract with really, really terrible compensation. Oh, good. We get a whole 10%. And 40% battle loss compensation actually wouldn't be terrible. Well, that didn't help. So an objective raid, That's even worse. That got a little better. That got worse. 17 elements required. 15 elements required. Less than ideal, my friends. Less than ideal. And we were talking profit of 22,000 C-bills. Also not ideal. We're going to wait another month. Personnel market. Were there soldiers? There were. We'll recruit some more soldiers. Get a couple more ground crew. Or any of the ground crew. I haven't trained them yet. Ooh. Hold on. Stand by. Vehicle crews. First of all, you are all privates. Great. You are all also privates. Congratulations. You got a promotion. And anybody who has more than... Yes. This is the answer to all of my problems. This right here. Nothing could possibly go wrong. Oh, wouldn't it be great if you could mass spend XP like a dum-dum? Let's see here. Utility, no. Was it support? Yes, support. All right, tech, mech, go. Actually, can I go ahead and assign the secondary so that I don't forget? Nope. And before I also forget, there you are. Secondary support, MekTech. Spend XP, new. Might be a little boring for a second while we just, train some people to be mech techs. Here's your wrench. Here's how you hold it. This little line right here, that's a hydraulic line. Don't touch that. Actually, let's also take a look at this. Yes, that's the resignation lever. Also, this spot right here that says no step, that is the fire button. So if you would like to be fired, just step right there. No big deal. Just letting you know that might happen. New skills, support, tech mech. Gonna do this like, I don't know, 4 more times. That should be enough to get us good. Just trying to get our reputation back up to something reasonable. Because then, hopefully, ooh, and you are a fast learner, aren't you? Isn't that nice? Mech. There we go. Okay, so all of you, secondary profession, support, mech tech, and advance 1 day. Look at that. Force reputation went up. Reputation report. And we finally have enough techs. Isn't that great? Isn't it grand? Okay. Well, with that being said and done, so the contract market, I mean, that looks better now. Not as terrible. I might wait 1 more month for better contracts. I mean, we don't really need any more mechs right now. I want more mechs, but we don't need more mechs. It's like Pokemon. You just want to catch them all. I think I might have accidentally killed all the pirates, and now I can't go kill anymore. Okay, well, we received a generous donation of 1,000 sea bills from our connections through Captain Johann Punisher Lindfors. Thanks, bud. We passed a negotiation check on a contract, which is always great. Okay. This market kind of blows. We'll look at those dudes. Professional MekTech. An ultra green. It's fine. It's fine. It's not fine. Maybe it's fine. No, it's not fine. It's definitely not fine. And vehicle crew ground. We should now have enough of those. General. That we can also activate that guy. Do that. Yeah, that's fine. And we can go ahead and assign a crew. So assign driver, tank, heavy. And then, of course, then we can assign everything else. Like that. That was enough, right? Yes. And how am I doing on soldiers? First of all, for soldiers, quick train. Yes. Get gooder. And oof, need more. That's fine. All right, what's the contract market looking like? Not ideal. Not ideal. Well, that's actually not bad. Technically, we lose like 400,000 allegedly, but that's not bad. And it's liaison command race, which isn't terrible either. Like, I'd be cool. I think I'd be cool with that. 40% salvage rights. I'm fine with that. We can try to negotiate for more transport terms, but why risk it? I think we just take this and we run with it. Yep, we're going to do it. All right. Looking forward to working with you. Let's go. Ugh, 4 million. We don't need any of that. That's fine. Okay, cool. And it will take us 54 days to get to Zanzibar, which is A-OK fine. So let's go ahead and advance 54 days. Oh, whoops, forgot. Hangar. And of course, I forgot to do everything so it didn't get mothballed. That's okay. Personnel. Tax. We'll do that, and then we'll assign it to our recovery section, and it'll be fine. Okay, now we can advance multiple days. And then we wait, and we wait, and we wait. Aha. Okay, so always get your vaccines, friends. All right, so not a whole lot happens. Not a whole lot happens. Nothing happens. Oh, we had a couple of people turn 18. Always exciting. Congratulations. I hope you're alive at the end of this. We did some maintenance. We are still paying for a massive amount of Cinemax at night. And then we burned our connections, which is always great. Somebody else turned 18. Wow, a lot of people are very young. And then we activated everyone. Everyone has been activated. So let's go ahead and take a look. One thing I didn't look at was, oops, yep, 15 units required and 7 on patrol. Ow. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and reorganize a little bit here. So Tango Lance is probably not going to be able to do tango-y things anymore. We'll probably have to pull out Stinger, Firestarter, and the Locust would be my guess for who we pull out to throw into either this Recon Lance or another one. I'm kind of tempted to make another one. I think that might be for the best. Bravo Lance I'm probably also going to reorganize. I might pull the Phoenix Hawk and put in one of my heavies. So let's go ahead and do all of this stuff. So we've got Recon. Let's go ahead and make a Scout to go along with Recon. So add a new force, Scout Lance. We'll copy this force icon because we need to make things look pretty. Force icon, there it is. Paste. But then we change it. So formation type Scout. And we got to make it a different color. Looks good to me. And then the one big thing that we really have to do is we have to make sure that Tango is always on the bottom. Boop. Okay, cool. So with all that being said and done, Phoenix Hawk can come down here. We'll pull Locust, Firestarter, and Stinger into Scout Lance. We'll throw different pilots into them. Don't worry. Don't panic. And then for Bravo Lance, do I want to keep the Trebuchet there? Maybe. I definitely want to keep the Griffin there. The Crab can probably also stay there. I think either... Hold on. Wait a minute. Stand by. Hanger, Guillotine. Where you at, bro? That doesn't look right. No, it is right. That's weird. Okay, cool. So I think maybe we throw the Guillotine up here into Bravo. Probably take the Crab out. And then beyond that, it's either the Crusader or the Valkyrie or the Warhammer. And I think probably we move the Warhammer up. Ooh, or do we do the Orion? We definitely do the Orion. Okay, cool. There we go. So now from there, let's go ahead and look at our mech warriors and make sure that we're assigning people appropriately. So all of my ultra greens for the most part should not be in anything except for, let's just go ahead and unassign all of those. And then anybody who's in Tango Lance that is one of those should not be. So assigned to none. Recon is fine. Scout, no. Absolutely not. Okay. So our Alpha Lance has, really? What, are you like 1 XP away from being able to do something? No, you're 11 XP away. That's unfortunate. All right, so Bravo Lance has a couple of those bad boys. So I think probably we're going to throw Davina into the guillotine. And then we can throw Walter into the Orion. Yeah, I wish we need a Walter White on our squad. That's what we need. We'll do. You're new. You can be a private today. All right, that should get everybody in Bravo Lance kind of brought up. So Alpha Lance is good. Bravo Lance is good. Recon Lance. Let's throw a couple of not quite as terrible folks in maybe. So yeah, Scout and Recon Lance aren't terrible. So sign Hermes. Sign to Valkyrie. Oh, hold on. Nope. Assign to a Locust. And then you sign to Phoenix Hawk. There we go. That should be just fine. And after that, so Scout Lance is up, Recon Lance is up. That should give us a total of 16 units out and about, which brings us up to enough. Scout Lance just has to go on patrol. Congratulations. And then after that, we just crew up our Tango Lance. Oh, hold on. I made a mistake because this is my training officer. So he needs to go into like a Crusader. He can go in the Crusader and teach from there. So sign, pilot, mech, heavy, Crusader. And then everybody else goes into random mechs. Well, not everybody else, but most people. Fine. You get to go into the Phoenix Hawk. Congratulations. Hopefully, some of these dudes can actually learn how to pilot a mech, and then I'm not going to be sitting here terrified about one of my good pilots gets taken out. Not that anything like that would ever happen. No, never. Okay, that should be everything. Whew. Ooh, that was rough. Okay. 5 lances, ready to go. No big deal. Everybody is fine. Everything is fine here. Let's go ahead and, first of all, area of operations. So we need to, locate or capture or destroy 3 separate facilities and do engagements in 3 different locations. And we have 2 months to do this. Ugh. Okay. Here's to hoping. Scout Lance, let's go. You just dropped right in on something bad, didn't you? That's what happens whenever it takes this long. It means that something bad is happening. Like a frontline engagement for my Scout Lance. The suspense is killing me. Okay, that's not as bad as I thought it was. So, Annihilation. Let's go ahead and jump on over to the briefing room. Oh, and that could be... Oh, well, that is worse than I was hoping for. So, an Annihilation, your orders are clear. This is not a surgical strike nor a precision raid. This is an extermination. The enemy force in this sector must be wiped out with 95% confirmed casualties before we consider this battlefield secured. Their continued presence is unacceptable, and we cannot afford to let even a remnant regroup for future operations. The victor controls the field, and we will be the ones standing when the dust settles. So they have an industrial center for intel, allowing them to be more well-equipped and larger. And enemy mech commanders around because they have a base of operation. And the comm center allows additional enemy ground forces. We need to find those things, like stat, now, immediately. So we're going to go ahead and risk it for the biscuit. And put the recon lance out there too. Cool. And then we also rolled a frontline breakthrough, naturally. That's great. So the frontline breakthrough, you are tasked with penetrating the enemy's main battle line and advancing beyond their position. The enemy has committed significant forces to this battle, making this a high-risk operation. Your primary objective is to reach the far edge of the engagement zone with at least 50% of your forces intact. If direct passage is impossible, an alternative path to victory is available, routing the enemy before destroying at least 50% of their forces. Expect heavy resistance, as the enemy will not yield ground easily. Their forces are well positioned to block your advance, and delaying tactics may be used to slow you down. Speed, decisive strikes, and tactical maneuvering will be the key to achieving your objective. If you can break their formation or force them into disarray, the path forward will open. The enemy will control the battlefield once the engagement concludes, preventing any opportunity for salvage or recovery. This is a mission of mobility and force. Break through or break them. There is no room for hesitation. They have all of the things to include 2 enemy commanders, because 1 wasn't enough. Right? No, it just rolled twice. That's weird. So enemy commander, larger op 4, and then also an additional ground force because they have a comm center. Cool. I'm not scared. You're scared. And technically, as a recon lance, is supposed to make it through. Okay, this is fine. Everything is fine. Oh, this one. We actually had this a couple of times in our last contract, I'm pretty sure. Hold on. This one. Yeah, we had, well, no, I guess these were frontline engagements and intercept engagements, but yeah, they're great. Everything is great. It's fine. And what really is going to be annoying is our pilots can't eject. If they eject, they die. All right. So, great. Everything is fine. I'm not terrified. You're terrified. Let's go ahead and go forward a day. Recon lance completed early. Good. So, for this one, we have to put recon lance in. So recon lance is composed of a spider, a locust, another locust, and a Hermes. At least they're fast. So I'm not afraid. It's fine. Everything is fine here. This is literally going to be me sprinting through to the other side as fast as possible. And just hoping they don't annihilate me immediately. Fortunately, actually, there's heavy snowfall, so they're not going to be able to shoot me for crap. All right, let's go ahead and commence drop. This is probably going to be a fairly short one because I'm not hanging out to find out what's going on here. Enemy controls field battle. Okay, great. Commence drop. Nope, I don't want any of that. Don't care about that. Okay. Okay. Okay, great. So we are starting in the south. They are all starting in the southeast. Their reinforcements are where are they? Oh, they're coming in on round 6. Okay, cool. Is that all they're bringing? Yeah, that's all they got. So they got a Crusader, a Cyclops, and a Highlander there in the center of the map. And then on round 6, which hopefully we are well and truly gone by the time they enter, they'll have a Shadowhawk, a Scorpion, Crusader, and a Rifleman coming in behind us. Okay. Here's to hoping. Okay, so we lost initiative, but it's fine. We'll have to wait and see kind of what they end up doing. So we'll drop the Hermes there. That tracks. Drop a Locust there. Drop a Spider there. Drop the other Locust right behind, the other Locust. Well, actually, we'll do it there. Very much lost initiative. And now we pull a run, Forest, run. Because running right up to a Crusader seems like a bad idea. Well, actually. Okay. Crusader can walk on down there. That's fine. Go run into some heavy woods and run for your life. Okay, how bad is the hit modifier? That's the question. It's only a 13 to hit. That's it. That's all we have to do. We have to roll a 13 and we hit them. Not a problem. And that pilot is a 5-6 pilot, so we're in a good spot. I would be shocked if that Crusader can hit us at all. Oh, good. The Cyclops grabbed a tree. That's nice. Okay. And we lose initiative once again. Let's move the Locusts first because maybe we can draw the other stuff away. Kind of like that. All right, hopefully also with a +4 movement modifier, that also makes things a little more difficult for them. I hope. Maybe. Maybe not. Nobody shoots, but we can kick each other. So we got that going for us. All right, I'm starting to feel a little bit better about this mission, guys. Just a little bit better. We might survive it. We have the technology. I'm going to see if I can draw the Cyclops back a little bit. Close enough. Oh, that's not what I wanted at all. We can do that, though. All right, if it's a 14 for me, then it's probably going to be about that for him. Or at least close enough to not worry about. Okay. I think the Highlander is... Okay, he's a 4-5 pilot. That's probably what... Is he rolling like a 12 to hit? Yeah, he needs a 12. I'm assuming... Yep. A 17 to hit. No problem. As long as we're only rolling 3d6. There we go. And run, Forest. All right, this is probably going to be about the most dangerous part of this. Because those locusts are going to get awful close. But between the blizzard and a movement modifier of +4, here's to hoping. But all we need is for that Highlander to, I don't know, put an AC 10 into the back of a locust. Nothing could possibly go wrong. But he missed, so we're fine. We are totally fine here. Snow begins to accumulate. Run faster. For those who live in the Midwest, just remember, the way to deal with driving in the snow is drive faster. Why do you say that? Just because it's just a little white lie, you know, like the snow, a white lie. Yeah, you know, drive faster. That way you get there faster. You know, like in the ditch. Your destination. That's where you're going. Actually, it was really funny. So, I don't know, it was a week or two ago where I live. We got a little bit of snow. It wasn't too bad. And I live in the Midwest. And it wasn't bad. We got 3 inches of snow, something like that. And the county was actually doing a very good job of clearing the snow. Everything was fine. I was coming back from work, and I don't know, there was like an inch of snow on the ground. I'm driving on the highway, and right as I'm coming into town, there's like 6 cars in the ditch, just like all one after another. I have no idea what happened or why it was happening, but it happened. Oh, the locust didn't quite have enough movement points. That's sad. Like there was one, the Southern casualties. So when I was living in North Carolina, it was awful. Oh, yeah, no, I was joking. 100% joking. Don't drive faster. Do not drive faster. That was jokes. When I was living in San Antonio, they got, I think, a 1/4 inch of snow or a 1/2 inch of snow. Completely shut down the town, shut down the base, shut down everything for a full day because they had like a snowplow for all of San Antonio. which was amazing. And so by, I don't know, 10 o'clock, all the snow was melted. No, I don't care about recording that. Not this time. Okay. Yes. Drive like grandma's in the passenger seat with a pot full of chili in her lap. That is the right answer. Absolutely. All right. Enemy retained. Yep. Okay. Good. Everybody survived. Everybody left. We did not destroy 50% of them, and I'm 100% cool with that. We netted 1 positive in all of the victory points, so I'm fine with this. It's a victory. Put 1 tick in the W column. Bet you'll see people driving absolutely insanely in the snow. It's shocking. I'm from the Midwest. I grew up here. I'm used to it. When I was in high school, it was just fun to go whipping around corners in a rear-wheel drive pickup and have fun. But people are just crazy. They think, I've got all-wheel drive. I've got 4-wheel drive, whatever the case is. That means I can drive super fast in the snow. No, you can't. You can't do that. Well, you can for a while, and then it goes bad. Okay, so that was done for this one. Did it say anybody in particular? No. All right, so they're going to have a grand total of 8,000 BV. 8,000 BV that we're going to have to deal with. But really, we only have to deal with the Op4 and the Mech Commander. So we can put Alpha Lance out there. And for this, I might actually just take the Vindicator out and put in something else. Oh, yeah. And you mean like a pickup truck. Yes. Yeah, there are some very silly people out there driving. Very, very silly people. Trying to decide. I think I just keep the Vindicator in, honestly, because he doesn't have that much less armor than like a Warhammer. And that ERPPC is probably going to be one of the saving graces for this. I don't know. Let's hope for the best. See what happens. So we'll go ahead and deploy Alpha Lance. Go for it, buds. Nope, you don't need any of those. Yeah, when I lived in North Carolina, it was almost worse because in Texas, like people just stayed home for the most part. Either they brought out their biggest pickup trucks and had no weight in the back and went driving, which is a bad idea, or they just stayed home and there was like nobody on the roads. It was great. It was awesome. And me and my little Ford Focus at the time, it was fine. A little half-inch of snow that melted by like 11. It was totally fine. But North Carolina, number one, baseline, horrible drivers. Horrendous drivers. It's not even funny. They're so bad, especially around Fayetteville. It is the worst place in the world to be driving. You will die. Let's go forward today. You will 100% die. And then you throw a little bit of slush and a little bit of snow on the ground. They don't care. They just keep driving faster. But if it sprinkles, if they have just a little splattering of sprinkles, absolutely not. They do one of two things. They drive faster, or they slow way down. Yeah, my wife also wants to say that on a normal day you'll die driving in Fayetteville. It's absolutely terrible. I've lived a lot of places, and there have never been worse drivers than in Fayetteville. Hands down. Oh, that's fun. They're bringing a bunch of tanks. Okay. I think I'm just gonna... I'm not gonna re-roll anything, I don't think. Do I? No, I might re-roll the moderate snowfall. Let's see what happens. Clear? All right. Sounds great. And it's 15 degrees now suddenly. Isn't that nice? It's actually kind of annoying, but that's okay. Here's the hope, and let's start. And we should own the field of battle after this. We'll get 6 picks. Let's go ahead and confirm. And... oh, that's fun. I don't know if I knew that. That is fun. They get auto-assigned if they are in any of the units that are in the salvage. That's fun. I like that. I never knew that. Every day that I play this, I learn something new. Okay, did I hit start or did I not? Oh, very late in 50.10. So, yeah, if it's a MekTech that's assigned to any of the vehicles that are in the recovery, then they're automatically assigned. I like that a lot. But not you. Lieutenant does not get out of the truck. You keep the lieutenant in the truck. They can't get lost there. I mean, they can, but it's a lot harder for them to get lost there. Oh, thank goodness. These dudes aren't coming in until round 12. We have a chance. We have a chance. And we need to destroy, what, 50%? 95%. We have less of a chance, but we have a chance. So really... it is the mech commander and the op 4, which is total of 4 mechs against our 4 mechs. Salvage supervisor. Hold on. Hold on. Do they get a donut with that flag? Please tell me they get a donut. Like we just put like a little donut in the top corner of their little picture here, because that would make me even happier. Okay. Where are you, Lieutenant? MekTech. Okay. Flags. Salvage supervisor. Okay, cool. Boop. Okay, cool. I still want them to have a donut. All right, let's go. And with us being a little over an hour into the stream, if anybody out there is newer to the stream, welcome. I'm so happy you're here joining us. And if you haven't already, I would really appreciate if you would hit that little follow button down there. That would be great. Hit that follow button. Okay, where are they starting? Because I can't remember now. They are starting in the northeast. Okay. So, minefield. I don't know, there. 10 should be fine. Let's do a 10. That'll be fine too. There we go. And one last one. Yeah, we'll go right there. Done. Drop some minefields. Give them some presents. We win initiative. What's not to love? Except for them starting in front of all of our minefields. That's okay. It's fine. Okay, so one big, huge hill and a couple of smaller hills and some really tall mountains. This is an interesting map. This is a very interesting map. I like it. I like it a lot. So let's go ahead and drop the awesome right there. Let's put the Wolverine over here. The Vindicator can go yonder. You're at what? Level 2? You're level 4. That's a bummer. All right, let's do the Vindicator over here then. And then the Marauder can also go right here, I think. All right, we win initiative, which is pretty great. Move the Wolverine off to the side so it can do like flanky things or something. I don't know. Try to sound cool. Vindicator can move up. The Marauder can definitely move up. And then nothing happens. Yeah, we're going to be out of range for everything, I think. Just barely. Just barely out of range. All right. There's that. The ERPPC out of range as well, which is a bumski. Yeah, you're just carrying LRM5. Okay. And last but not least, yeah, PPCs are definitely out of range. Oh, good. You hold on to that tree, buddy. I'm sure it'll bring you good luck. Okay, and then we end up losing initiative that time. Yeah, that should be fine. I really wish these weren't 2 level height differences. It's annoying. I understand why, but it doesn't make it less annoying. All right, so the Griffin or the Vindicator or the Shadowhawk. Or, sorry, Phoenix Hawk. Okay, Griffin it is. It's 11s to hit. We'll put 2 of those out there and see what happens. All right, the Griffin is a 10. And the Vindicator is a 10. We'll just go ahead and do the Griffin for 1. And that will probably be good enough for government work. ERPPC and LRM heading his way. That will work as well. And then one single PPC will be more than enough. All right, awesome at the Griffin. Hits with one of the PPCs into the right arm. It's down to 4 armor. Wolverine missed. The Phoenix Hawk firing at the Wolverine missed. Vindicator missed. The Griffin missed. The Marauder missed. The Vindicator missed. Everybody missed except for the Awesome, which is fine. I like it when my mechs hit. And it brings joy. And we win initiative. Great. So let's bring the Awesome up into the trees. Probably should have looked a little closer. That is a 4-5 pilot, a 3-4 pilot, and a 3-4 pilot. And then finally, the Thunderbolt is a 4-5 pilot. Okay, cool. The Commander is an average pilot. That's a choice. That's a very strong choice. It's not the choice I would have made, but it's a choice. Okay, so the Vindicator, what do I do with you? Do I close the distance? I think I close the distance with the Vindicator, and I hope for the best. And then for the Marauder, we also close the distance because that PPC won't shoot itself. Oh, outer range for everything. Okay, so the Griffin is a 10 or the Phoenix Hawk's an 11. Let's do the 10 and maybe we hit. Go ahead and put both ERPPCs or large lasers at them. The Vindicator is an 11. Okay, LRM is an 11. Let's do it. And nothing for the Marauder. I think I probably... Okay, well, the ER large laser, one of those hits the Griffin into the left arm. It's down to 6 armor. Vindicator firing at the Vindicator misses. Then the Vindicator firing on my Vindicator also missed. All right. So there is that. We win initiative yet again, which is pretty neat. Are you guys just going to keep on running away from me? What side? They're going to come in from the west. Okay. Got it. Tell you what, I am going to take a short, 1 minute break to grab some more water. So we will come back to this in 1 second. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. When A wife asks for puppy chow. You get them puppy chow. You have no choices in that matter. Anyways, let's get back to it. Excuse me. And then, so for our awesome, definitely need to get a little bit closer because the reinforcements are going to come in from the west when they do come in on round 12. And as long as this is taking, they're probably going to end up coming in. And it would behoove us to be over on the east side of the map when that happens. Oh, interesting. Well, let's do that. Definitely bring the Marauder down. Okay, so do I come up here and open myself up to everybody? Or do I come down here, give myself a little bit of cover, and cover myself from the Phoenix Hawk? I think I do that. I think I do that. Well, a couple of PPCs. Ouch. Okay, so it is 10s on the PPCs. Get a little warm. We can take a 1 MP hit. That'll be fine. Then for the ER larges, that is an 8. Hey, now I said twist. Now please twist. Thank you. So ER larges are 8s. Okay, we'll go a little over on heat. That's fine. $10 on ERPPC, 10 on LRM. Let's do it. The Marauder is in medium range, so a couple of PPCs get a little hot, and that'll be fine. All right, Phoenix Hawk shot at the Marauder and missed. Are awesome. Missed with all 3 ERPPCs. Enemy Griffin firing at the Wolverine missed. The Wolverine firing at the Griffin hits with one of the ER larges into the center torso. Vindicator into the Wolverine missed. Our Vindicator into the Griffin also missed. And then our Marauder hits with 1 PPC into the left arm of the Griffin. It's down to internal structure, critting with no effect. So not too bad. Not too bad of a start. We win initiative yet again, which is it's starting to make me worried. I feel like something's going to go bad in like 2 rounds, and then we're just going to lose initiative 1 round after another after another. And then I'm going to get really sad. Okay. No, don't do that. So I think we use the Wolverine to put a single ER large into the Phoenix Hawk. Oh man, but 7s to hit, man. Oh, it hurts. No, we're gonna get warmer. We get warmer. Somebody was asking me in the last stream, how hot do I get my mechs before I start getting uncomfortable? 6 is kind of my threshold. Anything more than 6, and it doesn't make me feel good. I'll go to 9. Like I'll go to 9, and I don't love that, but I'll do it. But 10 or more is like absolutely not, except in emergency. You know, break glass kind of a deal. But I think this Griffin is about to have a bad day. At least I'm hoping this Griffin is going to have a bad day. That would make me feel better. And we all know that this is about me feeling good. Okay, so the Phoenix Hawk firing at the Wolverine missed. Our Wolverine firing at the Phoenix Hawk hits with both ER large lasers. One goes into the center torso. It's down to 15 armor. Another one goes into the right torso. It's down to 10 armor. Enemy Griffin puts some PPC into our Marauder's center torso. It's down to 30 armor. The Awesome, puts an ERPPC into the head of the Griffin. It's down to 2 internal structure, critting on the life support. The pilot takes 1 hit, but does stay conscious. Enemy Vindicator hits the Marauder with an LRM-5, a whole 1 missile, so it does 2 damage to the right leg. Our Vindicator puts an ERPPC into the Griffin's left torso. It's down to 10 armor. Enemy Thunderbolt firing at the Wolverine misses. Our Marauder at the Griffin hits the right arm with a PPC. It's down to 3 internal structure. And then the right arm again with the AC-5, destroying the right arm and then getting down to the right torso. Pilot has to make a skill roll and succeeds. 2 internal structure on that head. It is holding on by a thread. We win initiative, which is great. Let's go ahead. I think we can go ahead and do that and hope for the best once again. There's a lot of hoping for the best here. I mean, that Griffin is kind of tucked in there, isn't it? Okay, kind of thought that would happen, but I was hoping it wouldn't. Okay, that's fine. I unfortunately need to let my Wolverine cool down this turn, whether I want to or not. My Awesome, however, does not need to cool down. And that 6 to hit on the PPCs looks awful delicious. Awfully delicious. A 9 to hit with the ER large should be just fine. The SRM-6 is a 13 to hit, unfortunately. Sad day. The Vindicator, an 8 to hit on the ERPPC, and a medium pulse laser is a 6. Why, yes, please. And then the Marauder, that's short on the PPCs. So that would be an 8 to hit the Phoenix Hawk, or an 8 to hit the Thunderbolt. Kind of want to shoot the Thunderbolt just for funsies, because I feel like that Phoenix Hawk is not going to be standing at the end of this. And by not standing, I mean like super not standing, because the Awesome first round puts an ERPPC straight through the head of the Phoenix Hawk, destroying the head and killing the pilot. Ouch. Oh, poor buddy. Poor buddy. It's okay. I'm sure somebody will miss you. All right, and then enemy Vindicator does put a PPC into our Awesome center torso. Our Vindicator puts an ERPPC and a medium pulse laser into the left torso of the Phoenix Hawk, which doesn't matter. The Thunderbolt, oh dear. We're fine. Puts an 9 out of 15 LRMs into the Vindicator, doing 5 damage to the left leg and 4 damage to the right leg because we re-rolled with Edge. We learned last time that Edge is a double-edged sword. But, you know, when we would have taken, what was it, like 5 damage to the head, but instead it got re-rolled to a triple crit on the center torso that destroyed an engine. Yeah, I'm not still bitter about that at all. Our Marauder missed. And then, let's see here. We, by a lot, lost initiative. Oodles and Oodles lost. let's go ahead. We'll trundle the awesome forward. I want to see what that Griffin does. But they might wait to move him until we've moved everything else. Oh, no, no. They are not being that smart. So with that, why don't we have the Wolverine take a little look-see at the Griffin. So that's a 6 to hit on ER larges. I'll take that. Go up to 1 heat. That is very okay with me. The Vindicator, that is a 5 to hit with an ERPPC and a 7 to hit with an LRM and a 7 to hit with a medium pulse. Okay, sounds great. The heat sink situation on the Vindicator still just makes me laugh so much. All right, so the awesome firing at the, what is this? The Vindicator, that's right. Firing at the Vindicator is 5s to hit. Yeah, that sounds good to me. So 5s on the ERPPCs. We'll stay cool this turn, and we'll light it up again next turn. So at the Vindicator, 7s from the Marauder. Yeah. 1 PPC and an AC5 and a medium laser should be sufficient. So far, this game is nothing but headshots, and I almost feel bad for the enemy. Almost. So Wolverine puts an ER large laser through what was left of the head of the Griffin, killing the pilot instantly. That poor guy. He was just trying to run away and stay alive, and we did not let that happen for him. Not even a little bit. Not even at all. Enemy Griffin fired at the awesome and missed. Our Vindicator firing at the Griffin hit the right arm, the center torso, and the right torso. The enemy Vindicator firing at the Marauder put a PPC into the center torso. It's down to 20 armor, missed with everything else. Our awesome puts an ERPPC into the center torso of the Vindicator. And then the Marauder only hits with a medium laser into the left leg of the Vindicator. Thunderbolt firing misses. So far we have 2 very recoverable mechs. Very, very recoverable mechs. And fortunately, we don't have a lot of damage to speak of. We'll just walk with awesome. Same thing with the Wolverine. We'll just walk on over. Okay, you can close the distance if you would like. All right, so the Vindicator decided to come down the backside of the mountain, so it's got some cover from most of our folks, which means we only have one thing to shoot at. Might as well shoot it. So the Vindicator will put an ERPPC and an LRM into the Crusader, hopefully. The awesome. It is time to put 3 ERPPCs into a Thunderbolt. I think I said Crusader a minute ago. It's a Thunderbolt. And the Wolverine can hopefully put 2 ER larges into a Vindicator. And our Marauder, PPCs are on a 4. There's only one option here. There's only one option. AC5 and double PPCs to get warm. So the Vindicator firing at the Thunderbolt hits with its ERPPC into the left leg. LRM-5 hits with 2 of the 5, doing 2 damage into the left arm. Awesome hits with all 3 of its ERPPCs into the Thunderbolt, smacking the right leg, center torso, and the right leg again. The enemy Thunderbolt does put a medium laser into the Marauder's right arm, so it's down to 17 armor. Our Wolverine puts a single ER large laser into the Vindicator's right torso, missed with the other one. Our Marauder dumps a PPC into the right leg of the Thunderbolt, a PPC into the left leg of the Thunderbolt, and AC-5 into the right torso. Vindicator smacks the Wolverine pretty hard with a PPC into the right arm and a medium laser into the left leg. Thunderbolt need to roll an 8 to stay standing, rolls a 5, falls down, takes 7 damage, doing 7 damage to the right torso, and giving a knock to the pilot. Ouch. Awesome's at 6 heat, Marauder's at 6 heat, everybody else is doing good. Then the enemy, not so hot. They lost initiative. I feel like that Vindicator is trying to save the Thunderbolt. It might be beyond saving, my friend. You know, we might just risk it and stay standing right here. So the Thunderbolt obviously stood up and started walking towards us. So we'll put 2 PPCs and a streak and 1 more streak going towards the Vindicator from the Awesome. From the Wolverine, we can do 2 medium pulses and an ER large, and that should be fine. From the Vindicator into the Vindicator, an ERPPC and a medium pulse laser should also be just fine. And lastly, from a Marauder, you're already a little toasty, so why don't we do on a, oh, but it's a 3 to hit. Like, oh. I'm going to risk it. I'm going to risk it. We're going to go 11 over on heat and see what happens. Hold your breath. All right, enemy Vindicator misses the Awesome with everything awesome. Firing at the Vindicator does very bad things. ERPPC into the center torso, critting on the gyro. Another one goes into the left leg, and then a streak hits with both the missiles into the right torso and the right leg. The other streak missed. Wolverine firing at the Vindicator hits with a medium pulse into the left torso, missed with everything else. The Thunderbolt firing at our Marauder hits the left arm, left torso, and the center torso with medium lasers, but missed with the LRM-15. Our Vindicator firing on their Vindicator puts a ERPPC into the right arm and a medium pulse laser into the left torso. Our Marauder puts a PPC into the Thunderbolt's right leg, critting on the heatsink of the lower leg, and then puts another PPC into the right leg, destroying the right leg, transferring 6 to the right torso and AC-5 into the left torso. The Vindicator took 40 damage, needs a 9, rolls a 5, falls down. The Vindicator takes 5 damage to the left leg, critting on the upper leg, is down to internal structure only, but the pilot avoids taking damage. The Thunderbolt lost the leg, falls down, tumbles, and takes 5 damage to the left leg, 2 damage to the rear center torso, and the pilot takes his second hit. Okay, cool. The Marauder is good for right now. He might need to cool down a little bit. Just a touch. But we won initiative yet again. The Thunderbolt is still prone. Okay, cool. The Marauder can stand still. The Awesome can walk up the hill. And the Vindicator also failed to stand. So let's see here. Wolverine can get there. So our Vindicator can go there and turn. Wolverine can walk up to there and hang out. So the Vindicator tried to stand up, fell, took 5 damage to the left torso, rear, and did 1 damage to the pilot. So I feel like the Vindicator is not going to be a problem for very much longer. We'll go ahead and put 3 ERPPCs into the Thunderbolt. We can put 2 ER larges and a medium pulse into the Vindicator. And then also an ERPPC and a medium pulse. And then the Marauder can very, very gently yeet an AC5 and a medium laser in the direction of the Thunderbolt. So the Awesome firing 3 ERPPCs, hitting with 2. One goes into the left arm, the other one goes into the right leg that transfers to the right torso. Critting without effect, our Wolverine firing at the Vindicator hits with both of its ER larges, one going into the left torso, one going into the right leg, and then the medium pulse laser goes into the left torso, damaging heatsink and the LRM-5. Enemy Vindicator fired and missed with everything. Our Vindicator firing its ERPPC puts a round into the right arm, then a medium pulse laser into the center torso. Our Marauder puts an AC5 into the right arm of the Thunderbolt and missed with the medium laser. Now it's time to kick. Hopefully we can hit on 2s. All right, so the Wolverine kicks the Vindicator, does damage to the left torso, transfers to the center torso. Center torso is destroyed. Vindicator is no more. I feel like the Thunderbolt is sufficiently incapacitated, but we'll see. We shall see. All right, well, we'll just move right there. That's fine. He blacked out. So, okay, here's a question. So the job or the role or the mission is to destroy or rout 95% of the following forces. I didn't technically destroy the Thunderbolt, but he is no longer a threat. Like, he is at the point where you walk up, you knock on the window, and you rip him out of his mech. Do you call this victory and walk away? Or do you keep on going as if you don't know that he's blacked out? Because realistically, your pilots probably wouldn't realize it at this exact moment, and you shoot him up anyways. I don't know, what would you guys do? I'm tempted to hit /victory because he's not doing anything. You imagine you're sitting there, you're walking up with your mechs, and then suddenly this mech tries to get up, falls, and then it just totally stops moving and goes limp. You're like, huh, dude knocked himself out. Sweet. And then you can hop out of your mech and rip him out and walk away. Then Bob's your uncle. It is a good opportunity for the call shot at the head, but then I have to replace a head. I already have 2 heads to replace now. I think I'll just do that. Nice happy medium, I guess. Medium pulse at the head. It's a 6 to hit. That's a bummer. 8 to hit. We'll see what happens. You wouldn't take chances? Yeah, better than an engine triple crit. Thanks. Yeah, we'll just keep bringing that up. Like you wouldn't take chances as in you would go ahead and hit the victory button, or you would just keep on unloading until target is no more. So left arm, left torso, left arm, left leg. Nobody managed to hit the head. Okay, fair. You would keep hitting until there's a crater. That's fair. And punch. Right arm, left torso, right torso. Okay. Oh, and now their reinforcements have arrived, which is great. Always nice. Probably shouldn't have faffed around in the last one. If I would have realized it was that round, then probably would have just unloaded on him and called it a day. All right, so if you back up to here, can you still see him? Yes, you can. Okay, great. Okay, so we'll skip on the Vindicator and turn with the Marauder. You know, no more games. The only thing we shoot with now are big hitters. And that, as they say, is that. Let's see what happens. So the awesome missed with all three ER PPCs. The Wolverine did hit the head with its ER large and then hits the head again with its ER large. Fantastic. Okay, so that, as they say, is that as well. The Thunderbolt also gets another hit, which is fine. The Marauder smacks the Thunderbolt. It would have shot the head, but the head is already gone naturally. Okay, cool. So with that, /victory, because we don't have to worry about the stupid reinforcements. Not part of our problem. Not part of a mission set. It goes away. All right. Yes, I would love to save a GIF. That sounds delightful. Yes, and we'll save that in case bad things happen. Then what was I doing? There. Cool. So overall, I think that we did pretty good. We kept 96.6% of our BV. All 4 of our people are still standing, and they lost all 4 of theirs. I'll take that. Yes, we definitely controlled that battlefield. I am not giving that up. We are good there. Everybody is good there. That is a pretty good take, if you ask me. Go next. Looks great. We did that. We got a victory. And then heavy recovery vehicle, 1, 2, voila. So we get 40% of all of this, and they've got 5 million on the table. So we could take the Thunderbolt. It's not a bad little mech. You know, it's a brawler. It does okay. We could grab a Vindicator and bring it up to stuff. We could grab the Griffin, which isn't a bad little sniper, especially if you swap out the PPC for an ER PPC. It wouldn't be bad. And put in double heat sinks. Wouldn't be bad. Or you could grab another Phoenix Hawk, which Phoenix Hawks are always great. You can never have too many of those. Tempted to go with the Phoenix Hawk because you really can never have too many of them. Decisions. Maybe the Thunderbolt. Yeah, we'll do the Thunderbolt. I think we'll do that. That'll give us a little bit of slop for the next one in case we get something really good. Yes, that is correct. Now our employer can do all the things that they want to do. And yeah, great. Yep. We used some edge to avoid a salvage accident. This is good. Let's go ahead and go forward a day. Whoops. I should probably assign a tech. Personnel, techs. Let's see here. Mech techs. You need a job. Oops. You assign to a unit, tech. Do the thing. Okay, now we can advance the day. So I think I have most of the things to repair it already, except for mech sensors, but that should actually come with the head. I'll see what we can do. Interesting. I don't have SRM2s. All I have are streaks. That's hilarious. What is our deployment time? 3 days. Okay, got it. So let's go ahead and get our recon lance back out there. Great, covert strike, because who doesn't love one of those? So for covert strikes, your mission is simple but dangerous. Eliminate a high-value target deep behind enemy lines. The VIP is heavily guarded by a formidable escort. The objective is singular and absolute. Kill the VIP by any means necessary. The enemy will not allow this to happen easily. Expect heavy resistance, tight security, and potential countermeasures to obscure or protect the target. Do not waste time engaging unnecessary forces. Strike fast, neutralize the VIP, and disengage before the enemy can fully react. Be advised, the enemy will control the field at the end of the engagement. You will not be able to hold ground or claim the battlefield salvage. This is an execution, not a siege. Kill the target and get out. Nothing else matters. They have all of the things, and all we have to do is kill the VIP. That's all you gotta do. And he's in a charger. Okay, that could be a lot worse, honestly. That could be a lot worse. That could be much worse. And that's supposed to happen on the 30th, so tomorrow. When do you come back? You come back on the 30th. Great. Advance. So Alpha should be back now. Recovery comes back. Covert strike is today. Let's go ahead. Whoops. And all of these guys. Prioritize them. Wait. Why? Okay, cool. You guys can roll with, a couple. Oh, but that's center torso armor. You don't want to go without that. Kind of wish I would have paid a little more attention. Poop. Can always swap somebody else in, like swap in the guillotine really quick or something. Nah, we don't. Well, maybe. Yeah, we do that. Swap in a guillotine. Okay. Either which way, let's go ahead and also continue exploring with our Scout Lance. Confirm. And Convoy Escort. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So Convoy Escort, an allied convoy carrying critical supplies is moving through hostile territory and enemy forces are preparing to intercept. Your mission is to ensure the convoy reaches its destination. At least 50% of the convoy must reach the far edge of the engagement area intact. These supplies are vital to sustaining our operations and failure is not an option. Should the enemy resistance prove too strong for a full escort, you have an alternative means to secure victory. At least 50% of the convoy survives. While you destroy or rout 50% of the enemy forces, the mission will be considered a success. Break the enemy's will to fight and give them the convoy a clear path forward. We will control the field at the conclusion of the battle. This means you have full authority to dictate the engagement on your terms. Use the terrain, control the tempo, and eliminate threats effectively. Hold the line, protect the convoy, and ensure these supplies reach their destination. I really want to just find all of these centers and make them not exist anymore. But fortunately, this doesn't look too terrible. They've got a couple of Stingers, a Shadowhawk, a Wolverine. The Drillson heavy tank will be really annoying, but it doesn't have a good crew. Heavy tracked APC is fine, foot platoon, whatever. Yeah, and then the Mech Commander is a Guillotine. Great. Okay. Well, and that is on the second. That we should be able to put Bravo Lance into that one, even with that Marauder being somewhat damaged, but it'll be fixed by then. So I think that would be a good one for Bravo Lance to be able to jump into and get their feet wet, so to speak. And the other thing we need to do is we need to go ahead and manage deployment. Tango Lance, go confirm. Wait, what? This always happens with my training lances. You deploy them to a spot that you can see on the explored map, and you get a randomly rolled mission that appears on top of them. And it's a turning point mission. That's actually kind of enraging. You already have the Hex explored. You already know it's there. It's right next to a recon. Yeah, it's on top of them. So you deploy the training lance, and it's literally on top of them. Right here. Boop. I've actually had it happen. Okay, I've had that happen quite a few times. No. Ignore you. So you deploy your training lance to an explored hex, and something appears on top of them. That's just annoying. Like, I get it if it's a thing that's there, that's fine. Oh yeah, no, patrol. Like, go to this open field. We know what's there, except you don't know what's there. But wait. All of your 7-7 pilots can now conduct an assassination. That's fair. It just feels, this is my perception. Only my perception. My perception is that it happens disproportionately to my training lances. And that might be, I wonder if StratCon also rolls against like the average strength of the like the skill of the pilots or something like, I don't know. But anyways, so we're gonna have to figure this one out. It's gonna be exciting. I'm really looking forward to this one. But this is a precision strike inside an active war zone. The enemy dominates the field, but we're not here for a prolonged engagement. We're here for a kill mission. Your primary objective is to assassinate a high-value target before they can escape. This individual is critical to the enemy's war effort, and their elimination will shift the balance in our favor. We expect a fierce but contained battle. Your force will be operating behind enemy lines, deep within hostile territory. Extraction is not a priority. The enemy will retain control of the battlefield when the dust settles. Your task is to neutralize the VIP. No other considerations are of value. And our employer has deployed an observer to monitor our performance. Oh, neato. So there's a Allied Crusader along with us. The VIP is in a Warhammer. There's also a bunch of other stuff, and then there's the enemy commander and an archer, and eventually they will also bring along a Scorpion light tank, harasser, a wasp, and a Saladin. Oofta. Well, we are going to have a lot of things to look forward to in our next stream. Our next stream, which will probably be on Monday. So the next stream will be on Monday. If that changes at all, I'll put it in the Discord channel. I might be able to do it on Friday. I don't know yet, but for sure on Friday. I'll put it in the Discord channel. If that changes, I'll also have it on my YouTube channel, all over the place. I'll put it everywhere I can. But anyways, once again, thank you again, all of you, for everything. It's been so great to have all of you join along with this. I hope that you have all continued to enjoy it. If anybody has not already followed the channel, I would appreciate it if you did. If you're watching this later on the YouTubes, then go down there, hit the like button and all that fun stuff. But from here, I want to say thank you, and then take care. Have a great night.